From the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Friday, July 8th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. Peaceful protests that happened across the country made a violent impact on one area, putting lives at stake. Last night in Dallas, Texas, officers lost their lives, and many say this was the second deadliest day for law enforcement officers in the United States since September 11th. 5 police officers are dead and another 7 wounded after a peaceful protest over the fatal police shootings of 2 black men, Philando Castile in Minnesota and Alton Sterling in Louisiana, turned violent. The shootings began around 8:45 Thursday night in downtown Dallas, Texas. 3 people were arrested. However, there was some uncertainty in their involvement. A senior law enforcement official then said it appeared that 25-year-old Micah Johnson was the sole gunman. Police departments and all emergency responders across the nation are mourning the loss of their brothers in blue. Here in Hazleton, Chief of Police Jerry Spezialy spoke for the entire police department in saying that their hearts go out to Dallas.
When you think about the unfortunate situation, the tragedy that happened in Dallas, my heart goes out for the men and women that serve and protect there and their families, and for law enforcement around the country. Police officers wake up every day. They don't go to work ever with the mindset that I'm going to take somebody's life. They go with the mindset that I'm going to go home safe. That's really what they do every day. I'm in this 36 years. I don't know anybody that's ever, and I've been shot, and I've had to shoot somebody. It's a very unfortunate situation, and it's very difficult. But we want to go home, and there's circumstances, that, police officers lose their lives every day. It's very difficult, and families suffer for years and years and years, and it's just a very difficult job.
This morning, Spezialy met with his officers during a briefing, discussing the incident and making sure officers stay vigilant while on duty.
I spoke to the officers and told them to make sure that they remain vigilant and that they're aware of their surroundings. But this is something that is, everyday police work, remaining vigilant, not being lackadaisical, and being observant of what's going on around them in the community. And that's really what this is all about.
On February 25th of 1986 in the South Bronx in New York, while working as a New York City police officer, Spezialy was shot. Over his many years of law enforcement, he says he's seen a lot, and being an officer can be extremely difficult.
I've been in this for 36 years. You've seen things that happen, and you see things that are just, and you see things that might not be just, and that's just what we deal with. But you can't paint us all with that same brush. You have to realize that we're all human beings. We're here to serve you and protect you, and we're here to do a job. We're not here, we never come in with the malice in our mind or in our heart to say that we're here to take somebody's life. We have a split second to make a decision as to what we're going to do in most situations, and that is a very difficult thing to deal with. I've been in that situation. I've been ambushed, I've been hit, and I've had 2 officers that were with me taken down and a woman killed. I had no other choice but to take someone's life. Do you know how difficult that is for me? That is still with me today, and it will be with me for the rest of my life.
Spezialy says HPD will continue to build their trust with the Hazleton community they serve, and adds how important it is for officers to have a good trust base with the community.
Reached out across lines, across those minority lines to those different groups, created crime watches. We created the first Hispanic crime watch here in the city of Hazleton, met with different community leaders on different venues to discuss what their issues are, what their concerns are, and met with the public at large, going to all these different events and having an open door policy, talking to people, finding out what their issues are, what their concerns are. That's all the public wants from us.
4 of the officers who were shot and killed were with the Dallas Police Department, and 1 was a Dallas area rapid transit officer. A civilian was shot in the calf and had to undergo surgery. There was no additional information on the condition of those injured at this time. Across the country on Thursday, other protests took place in areas of Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, and Atlanta, and those remained peaceful. Police have made an arrest in the murder of a man whose body was found near Kmart in Edwardsville 2 weeks ago. 38-year-old Daniel Elias Holtzlander of Wilkes-Barre was charged with criminal homicide late last night. The victim was identified as 49-year-old Kurt Swan a few days after the body was found, according to the arrest affidavit. Holtzlander admitted to killing Swan. He said he frequently slept in his truck, a 1998 Chevy. Holtzlander said a swan bumped into his truck and began to crawl towards him. Holtzlander said he lashed out, stabbing Swan with 2 knives. Holtzlander said he placed Swan onto a tarp and pushed him over an embankment and burned the tarp. Holtzlander further said he considered Swan a friend. Holtzlander is in county prison without bail. A fire in Shenandoah last night. It destroyed a garage and 2 apartments in the 100 block of South Market Street. It broke out around 11:20 p.m. By the time firefighters arrived, the building was already fully engulfed in flames. The building was unoccupied. The fire spread to neighboring buildings. Flames shot across South Market Street, causing damage to homes on the opposite side of the street, and they spread to the back of an apartment building on South Main Street across from the Turkey Hill Mini Mart. In both instances, they were quickly extinguished. A state police fire marshal was called to the scene. Still no word on what started that fire last night in Shenandoah. A West Hazelton man who admitted to a role in robbery at the Laurel Mall last summer was sentenced to 1 to 2 years in county prison. 22-year-old Deshaun Correa pled guilty in May to conspiracy to commit robbery and illegally possessing a firearm. Luzerne County Judge Michael Vo gave Correa credit for a year time served and said he'd be eligible for parole after officers could verify his address. Correa was accused of conspiring with another person of New York to rob Royce Boyles of Penndale as he emptied a grease trap into his truck outside the Wendy's near the mall in July of 2015. Prosecutors say Boyles was hit in the head with a shovel, kicked in the side, and threatened with a stolen handgun for $1.50 in change, a set of keys, and credit card holder in his possession. The Wilkes-Barre Area School District will go to court to keep its building plans secret. Last month, it was ordered by the state office to open records to make those plans public, but the district will appeal that order to county court. The group Save Our School filed the initial action with the Open Records Office to force the district to detail its plans for the planned new school to replace Coughlin and Myers and planned renovations at the Mackin School in the East End. The group has opposed to plans to merge Coughlin and Myers. The district had claimed it could withhold the information because of exemptions from disclosure that jeopardizes safety and security and information. All arguments the Open Records Office shot down. The cost of the new high school is projected at $82 million, though many think that's optimistic. The district is also building a $15 million addition to Kistler Elementary School for 7th and 8th grade students from South Wilkes-Barre, 7th and 8th grade students from South Wilkes-Barre who go to Myers. Presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton was supposed to be in Scranton earlier today. The event was postponed because of the Dallas shooting last night. She and Vice President Joe Biden appeared at a rally at the Riverfront Sports Complex on Olive Street. Later, she appeared at a supporter's home for a fundraiser billed as a conversation with Hillary. The cost to have that conversation wasn't disclosed. No word yet on when the event will be rescheduled at this time. Time now for a first look at our forecast. The weekend is upon us, and from what I hear, there's going to be a lot of sunshine in our area. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Yeah, overall weekend shaping up to be not too bad across of our area, but we're going to have to deal with the chance of a couple of showers and thunderstorms, and we're also going to be looking at some cooler temperatures, a little bit of some more refreshing weather heading in our direction. I'll explain the 7-day forecast and what you can expect coming up in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, a bridge project will be causing some travel problems over the weekend. Find out where from our Aaron Harvey. Plus, Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton received a special award. More news, weather, and sports is coming your way only on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Aaron Harvey. Sports with Eric DeBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
32nd Annual Frontier Days and Championship Rodeo coming July 12th to the 17th. Cowboys from all over the East will compete in bull riding, calf roping, championship rodeo, bareback, bronc riding, and more. Tuesday and Wednesday are Frontier Days, and rodeo begins Thursday through Saturday, and Bull-O-Rama on Sunday. All shows begin at 7:30 p.m. Enjoy vendors, crafts, food, and entertainment nightly beginning at 5 p.m. The Benton Rodeo and Championship Rodeo Route 487 in Benton, PA. For more information, go to bentonrodeo.com. The Cowboys are back, and the Bulls are ready. Are you?
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones. A road that is used to get to McAdoo and Hazel Village will be closed this weekend. Not only will those passing through have to find another route, but emergency responders will have to do the same. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
If you travel on Route 309 north and south at the end of McAdoo and through Hazel Village, you have probably seen road closure signs like these. Road closure started today and is expected to be closed all weekend long, with the possibility of it being closed next weekend as well. Because of this road closure, it will be difficult for emergency vehicles to get through. Chief of the McAdoo Fire Company, Robert Leschko, says the road can be opened in case of a major emergency.
I have talked to the people from Ash Resources who are doing the reclamation to the left of where that bridge is being taken out. We do have access to their property, so if it's anything major, we have it set up that we will open up the gates and be able to go around through there and come out onto Church Street and Henry. Other than that, we already have our routes planned, whether it be through Tresco or over the interstate, and we'll make work with adding the additions to our alarm cards.
The McAdoo Fire Company is working with other local fire companies to make sure the community is covered in case of a fire.
We took an extra precaution this week. I've been in contact with some of our other companies that are on our alarm cards, and for any type of residential or business type of fire, we have a second alarm being automatically dispatched just because of some time delays. And on the south side, over towards the, on the north side towards Hazelton, we have Hazel Township automatically responding into that area with us for any emergencies.
The second alarm being dispatched to other local fire companies will ensure that there will be no delay to get to a fire.
We have a good working relationship with all of our departments, and it was just thought to be in our best interest, just because the road closed down and there may be a couple-minute delay, to dispatch that second alarm automatically rather than waiting till we got there, seeing what we had. So I don't really believe that we're going to see any type of delay because it would just be the normal of us getting there and then requesting it. They're going to be automatically sent with us. And all the other fire departments were fine with that because of our working relationship, and if we don't need them, we'll cancel them.
Chief Leschko says he has to deal with situations like this often.
It's part of something we deal with in everyday life in the emergency service. You never know. You could be going that way and all of a sudden a tree be down and blocking that roadway to begin with. So it's just something we've learned to deal with, and we adapt to those situations, and that's what we've done here.
An alternative route to get into McAdoo or Hazel Village is to go through Tresco. For WILN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
Thank you, Aaron. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Valley Scoops and More in Stewart's on Route 93 in the Cunningham Valley is your destination for tasty foods, delicious ice cream, and great family fun. With Stewart's now offering a variety of quality hot foods and Scoops offering 30 flavors of quality Leidy's ice cream, shakes, flurries, sundaes, and more, you're sure to leave satisfied without blowing the family budget. For fun, we offer a beautiful 18-hole mini golf course and climate-controlled indoor seating with arcade games. Visit us for fun and food and, of course, ice cream.
Visit the Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau website at tournapa.com for the listings of the many events you will find in Luzerne County. From wine festivals, hill climbs, tomato and kielbasa festivals, you will find it all in Luzerne County. Luzerne County was named the best outdoors destination in Pennsylvania by the official Best in PA website. The Luzerne County Convention and Visitors Bureau will help you relax, relive history, and marvel at the area's stunning natural beauty. Luzerne County, you'll find it right here in Northeast PA.
Stop by Thomas Farm, 556 St. John's Road in Drums for flowers and vegetable plants, hanging baskets, and in-season fresh vegetable. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 6. Stop by and visit them every Thursday night in the Freeland Park. Once again, WYLN will be at the oldest motorsporting event in America, the Giants Despair. WYLN will give you all the turn-by-turn coverage. July 10th, WYLN, the station to turn to when you want live sports.
Great way to end our work week across our area. We still have to deal with those very warm temperatures that we've been having the last couple of days. Now, there's going to be at least a short-term end to the heat that we've been having. Humidity levels will drop. We'll bring in some more comfortable conditions as we go into this upcoming weekend. And as we go into tomorrow, still a chance of a couple of showers and thunderstorms across our area. It's not going to be a washout. A lot of the time we'll have sunshine. In between we'll have to deal with a couple of those showers and storms. So keep the umbrella handy if you happen to be doing anything outdoors. And then we bring in some more heat, I think, by the ending part of next week. We'll get to that in a little bit, but first on to the statistics for the day. We're in the mid to upper 70s. We got a lot of sunshine overhead. Just a little bit of high, thin cirrus clouds here and there, but other than that, it's pretty nice. A nice Friday today. The dew point number is a little bit higher, but they're going to start to go down a little bit as well. And how did we do temperature-wise? We actually did pretty good for the high and low. Notice the high. This was a little bit earlier, 85 degrees. It was a muggy start to our morning. We dropped down to 67 degrees, only a wind gust of 16 miles per hour. So again, the winds haven't been too much of a factor across our area. Throughout the state of Pennsylvania, there's been a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout parts of the state. Some of these you see out toward the west. They're making their way toward the east. But other than that, temperature-wise, there you can see the numbers for yourself. 89, Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport. Elsewhere, temperatures, for the most part, in the 80s. There's some 70s out there as well. 85 in Williamsport, 71 in Mount Pocono, and those wind speeds, well, they're about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So again, not too much of a factor across our area. Extended forecast looking like this. Now, going to the shore tomorrow, going anywhere from, maybe we go to New York City, or say you want to go to Atlantic City, New Jersey, or down through Delaware, down in Maryland, any of those places. It looks like another pretty good weekend. Mid to upper 80s should do it for tomorrow. And then keep in mind, if you're going to those places, could be a shower or thunderstorm or two around as a system starts moving through from west to east. And then it cools down for Sunday. A mix of clouds and sunshine. Giants Despair hill climb looking very nice. Sunday about 73 degrees, a mix of clouds and sunshine. And now we start to crank up those numbers again. Going into next week, 82 for Monday, 83 for Tuesday. By Wednesday, still looking dry, 85 degrees. And then as we start going into Thursday and Friday of next week, temperatures for the most part in the mid to upper 80s, close to 90 degrees. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after this break.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
The 32nd Annual Frontier Days and Championship Rodeo, July 12th through the 17th. Cowboys from all over the East will compete in bull riding, calf roping, championship rodeo, bareback, bronc riding, and more. Rodeo runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Bull-A-Rama on Sunday. All shows begin at 7:30 p.m. Enjoy vendors, crafts, food, and free entertainment nightly beginning at 5 p.m. The Benton Rodeo and Championship Rodeo, Route 487 in Benton, PA. For more information, go to bentonrodeo.com. The Cowboys are back, and the Bulls are ready. Are you?
Today, the American Heart Association recognized Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton for all of its heart. WYLN's Abby Piskel has the details.
Members of the Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton were awarded for their accomplishments of achieving over an 85% with the Get With The Guidelines heart failure achievement measures, and over a 75% with 4 or more Get With The Guidelines heart failure quality measures for over 2 years. The awards were presented to members of the hospital staff by Director of Quality Systems for the American Heart Association, Tawny Jackson, who says the hospital has been involved with the quality improvement programs for stroke and heart failure patients for many years.
And they've been committed to both our quality improvement programs for stroke and heart failure patients for several years. They've been at a Gold Plus award level for many, many years. And I think it really shows the commitment to the program, and it shows that the hospital really is committed to their heart failure and stroke patients. And by utilizing our programs, they're following the most up-to-date evidence-based guidelines, because the American Heart Association writes those guidelines.
To achieve awards such as this, it isn't a one-man operation. There are multiple people and teams involved to make it successful.
Everything is teamwork. Alone, this will never work. Having 1 or 2 people do this, it will never, ever work. This is literally tens of people. We're here, and we kind of get put in front of you guys, but really, it's not us. It's the guys from the lab. It's the guys that work in the ED. It's transporters. It's everybody. I mean, it really is. It's the operator, at the front of the hospital. It's the intake person who the person walks in and says, I'm having these symptoms. The person sitting behind the desk. It's literally everybody, and believe me, it's not just 2 or 3 or 4 people. It's tens of people.
Dr. Valent says that the hardest part is making sure you're doing the same thing every single time. It isn't getting it right, it's keeping it right.
I think a good example would be for our stroke process. We use what's called stroke alert, and what that simply means, and I'll give you like the Reader's Digest version, very simplified version of it. It means when somebody comes into our emergency room with stroke symptoms, they're being treated by guidelines that have been accepted, that are evidence-based, and they're being done in a very timely manner. And we're being measured on not only doing each one of those procedures, but also how quickly we do them, and seeing that everything is done every time somebody comes in within a certain amount of time, and getting it done right every time. So I think that's probably the easiest example of somebody that walks in with a stroke. They're getting all treated the same and all treated within a certain time frame. That's the most important part of it.
Staying committed to patients and programs are the attributes that allowed Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton to win these awards.
I just want to say, it's great to see a small community hospital like Hazleton be committed to these programs for so many years, and to show that even though you're a small community hospital, you can still be performing at a high level, and that these patients in this community can rest assured that coming to this hospital, they're going to get great quality of care.
In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Eric DeBardinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Coming next week, a Doc on Doc. Thursday, former Met and Yankee legend Dwight Doc Gooden appeared at PNC Field. Next Thursday, he will be featured in an ESPN 30 for 30 documentary alongside former teammate and fellow Troubled star Darryl Strawberry. At the Rail Riders game, Gooden was able to relive old memories by signing vintage memorabilia for hundreds of fans. And now, 30 years after the Mets' '86 World Series, the film Doc and Darryl relives the good and bad of their careers and lives, as Dr. K told us.
I think Mr. and Darryl, pretty much said, but we've got so much in common, what's good and bad. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year, I won Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, went to some of the same rehabs, some of the same institutions, same jails, same prison, but now we're still here for a reason. I mean, people have done a whole lot less and lost their lives, but we're still around for a reason, and now we're trying to make the best opportunities we give it to us.
Gooden played only 12 AAA games in his career, and Thursday marked his first ever trip to PNC Field. The former Cy Young winner tossing out the first pitch doesn't really rub off on Rail Riders starter Diego Moreno. First pitch of the actual game, the Bison's Daryl Siciliani blasts off. Siciliani with 2 home runs, 3 RBI as the Buffalo Bisons take it 6-5, but SWB maintains first place. Also on Thursday, Iron Pigs take a 7-3 lead into the 6th inning against Rochester, but can't keep it. Daniel Polka, 2 long balls, and the Red Wings winners, 8-7. Pigs now a half game behind second in the IL North. Tonight, the Rail Riders start a 3-game set with the now second-place Red Wings, while Lehigh Valley begins a series with the Bisons, who they are 1 game up on. Gooden told us Mets pitcher Matt Harvey is one of his favorites to watch in the game today. Well, he'll have to wait until 2017 to see Harvey pitch again. That's because the right-hander intends to undergo season-ending surgery to address thoracic outlet syndrome. Harvey just 4-10 with a 4.87 ERA this year. The Mets are currently 3 games out of first place in the NL East, but good news, fellow Mets pitcher Bartolo Colon was named an All-Star today. Impacting the postseason can go a long way. Today, the Baby Pens re-signed defenseman Barry Goers to an AHL contract for 2016-2017. Last year, Goers didn't see the ice until March due to preseason hip surgery. But upon his return, the 30-year-old impressed and led Pens defenseman with 5 playoff assists. A rare Pennsylvania native playing for Wilkes-Barre Scranton, Goers has spent the past 3 seasons with the team, tallying 18 points in 90 games. He will add depth to an already deep defensive unit. Expected weather will prevent PPW from hosting Base Brawl at Coryell Stadium, but it won't prevent a former WWE superstar from appearing for the event now scheduled at Holy Family Academy. Carlito, who spent time at the peak of pro wrestling, will compete for the WYLN TV Championship against Brandon Scott in the show set for 2 o'clock on Saturday. He will also be part of a meet and greet for fans at 12:30. All proceeds will go to the Hazleton Little League. Baseball will air on WYLN on Sundays in August. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast.
Valley Scoops and More in Stewart's on Route 93 in the Cunningham Valley is your destination for tasty foods, delicious ice cream, and great family fun. With Stewart's now offering a variety of quality hot foods and Scoops offering 30 flavors of quality Leiby's ice cream, shakes, flurries, sundaes, and more, you're sure to leave satisfied without blowing the family budget. For fun, we offer a beautiful 18-hole mini golf course and climate-controlled indoor seating with arcade games. Visit us for fun and food and, of course, ice cream.
Well, there you have it. The weekend overall not looking too bad. Tomorrow will be the warmest. Again, a couple of showers, thunderstorms, can't rule those out. By Sunday, it dries out and it gets hot again as we progress through next week.
All right, so it looks like those temperatures are here to stay for right
Yeah.
now. All right. Well, Giants to Sperry Hill climb this weekend. I know you and our intern Mike Gilbert, he'll actually be out there with you, so it's a great experience for
Excited
him.
to be on the sideline, so to speak, and share some of those stories. And Marty Burns, of course, is going to have all the race coverage starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. There's a 3-time champion. His name's John Burke. we'll see if he can go for the 4-peat.
All right, well, sounds good. And if you can't make it up to Laurel Run for the 2016 Giants of Sperry Hill Climb, you can watch it here, like Eric said, in WYLN 1 to 4 on Sunday. Have a good night, everyone.